On Global TV News Express, police headquarters warn Nigerians to stop dragging Inspector General of Police into civil and land matters. On the business, Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says Warri Refinery has resumed operations. On the first scene, U.S. President Joe Biden declares January 9th mourning day for late Jimmy Carter. On the Sports Confederation of African Football fines Libya $50,000 over misconduct against Benin in the Africa Cup of Nations. Hello and welcome to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edika Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air and Nikamsat. President Bola Tinubu has consented to a proposal to establish a federal university in the southern Kaduna. Vice President Kashim Shettima revealed this during a condolence visit to the traditional ruler Dagwama Kolo of Kolo Chief Dam on the date of the Yona Kukau. This was as contained in a statement by the Vice President's spokesperson Stanley Ngwojatatu. President Tinubu okays establishment of federal university in the southern Kaduna. Now, the Nigeria Police High Command has warned Nigerians, particularly land speculators, to desist from dragging the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Balogun, into civil matters. The police headquarters told its spokesperson, Moyowa, expressed the displeasure, noting with amusement recent allegations made against the IGP in connection with the land dispute involving one Mrs. Bilokusu Yaliyu and the Yusufu family. The police headquarters stated that it frowns upon such actions and would consider taking legal steps against individuals involved. Now, from that, the Kaduna-based activist and political commentator Mahdi Shehu has been arrested by the Department of State Services. Reports gathered says that Shehu was arrested over a fake video bordering on national security matters which has gone viral. Shehu had reportedly shared an old video on social media and falsely accused the Nigerian government of plans to site the French military base in the northwest. He had claimed through his lawyer, Mohammed Abubakar, that the arrest for calling on the president was to probe former President Muhammadu Buhari and some of his top officials. But the former Apology for the break-in transmission. Now for the rest of the news, the presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, in 2023 general elections, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has denied entering into a power-sharing agreement with Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. Speaking in an interview, Kwankwaso described the rumors as unfounded and malicious, alleging that Atiku's camp had been meeting with clerics and regional leaders to propagate the claim. He added that since leaving the PDP for the NNPP, he has found peace and a sense of relief from what he called the humiliation and his supporters endured in the People's Democratic Party. Kwankwaso, while referring to a controversial movement, also expressed concern over recent calls for Kaduna State Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf to distance himself from saying that the move was an attempt to create division between him and the governor. Now, a federal high court in Abuja has granted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's applications to freeze 67 banks' accounts domiciled in different banks over alleged 52.9 million naira fraud. Now, Justice Emeka Nwite granted the application after EFCC's lawyer Martha Babatunde moved an expected motion to the effect. The The motion filed by Miracle Amaeze sought an order empowering the executive chairman of EFCC, Ola Oloyede, and any other officer of the commission empowered by him to instruct the managing directors of the banks to stop all outward payment operations or transaction, including any bill of exchange in respect of the bank account pending the conclusion of an investigation. The Ooni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja, the Gisekwan, has said that there is no reason Nigeria should be a poor nation. The monarch in a statement also emphasized the untapped potential of cassava derivatives such as the xylitol, starch, and ethanol. The industry is worth billions of dollars globally, but underutilized in Nigeria. The Ooni commended their bold initiative to convert over 20,000 hectares of land into mechanized cassava plantations, describing it as a groundbreaking step towards redefining Nigeria's agricultural landscape. Now, report says security has been tightened at the Nigeria-Niger Republic borders, especially within the Sokoto axis, following an alert on the activities of the terror group publicly called Ilakorowa. Both officials of the Nigerian Immigration Service have said there was no cause for alarm. According to reports, the Nigerian Immigration Service, as well as other security agencies, had stepped up efforts to frustrate incursions of illegal migrants into the country as they closely monitor the borders. Also, the deployment of recently inaugurated President Tinubu's Technology Innovation Complex has provided an edge for the NIS to secure the country's land borders as it fielded with sophisticated technology gadgets for surveillance, monitoring, and evaluation of happenings at all the borders. Now, the Nigerian Army's 34th Artillery Brigade in Owerri, Imo State, has celebrated its annual West African School activities, also called WASA for 2024. The colorful event brought together dignitaries, soldiers, and community members, showcasing cultural diversity and Army's commitment to fostering the peace and unity. Our correspondent in Imo State, Amara Jibe, was there for Global TV.
The event showed cultural dance, a tug-of-war competition, the symbolic lighting of the fire, all aimed at fostering unity and strengthening bonds among soldiers and the host community.
God bless you. God bless you, the team.
Representing the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, the Commissioner for Homeland Security and Vigilante, Modestus Osakwe, commended the Army for their great efforts in ensuring a peaceful Imo State. He also praised for the repose of the souls of fallen heroes who paid the ultimate price for the nation's peace.
On this note, I say a big thank you to the officers and soldiers of the brigade for their great efforts in ensuring a peaceful Imo State. As we go into the new year, I urge you all to redouble your efforts to ensure the state is free from all forms of criminality and illicit social vices. For our dearly departed personnel, may their souls rest in eternal peace.
The commander of the 34th Artillery Brigade, Brigadier General Usman Lawal, thanked his officers and soldiers for their dedication throughout 2024, highlighting the brigade's achievements during the year and their role in sustaining peace in the region.
Achievement of the brigade so far has led to the reduction of crime, particularly kidnapping, armed robbery, and activities of the secessionist group. This has been achieved mostly through deterrence and self-protection in timely manner and by the neutralization of criminal elements. Additionally, the brigade has been able to dislodge the unknown IPOP ESN from their various strongholds.
In his remarks, the representative of the General Officer Commanding 82 Division Enugu, Brigadier General Olayinka Zubairu, spoke on the importance of civil-military relationship, urging criminal elements to lay down their weapons and embrace peace.
Civil-military relations have been very, very wonderful. We don't used to have it so good in the past. As you can see, the Commissioner of Police was here. The civil defense representative, all other security agencies, all of them have been here. My advice, the message for them is to drop their weapons, to drop their criminal activities and join up to make the country a very peaceful and progressive nation.
The event also saw the recognition of outstanding officers and individuals for their exceptional contributions. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Are you watching the live broadcast of News Express coming to you live from the nation's capital? When News Express returns, President Tinubu commends NNPCL over the reopening of the Warri refinery. We shall bring you details of that story as well as stories coming from the foreign stories and business as well. Please stay with us. I'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us here on News Express. And now to business news. Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced that the 125,000 barrel per day Warri Refining and Petrochemicals Company in Warri Delta State is now operational. This is coming barely a month after the commencement of the operations at the 60,000 barrels per day Old Port Harcourt Refinery. The NPCL Group Chief Executive Officer Mele Kari made the announcement during a tour of the facility, as the video post showed Kari addressing a tour theme which included the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Midstream and the Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed. Before the tour commenced, Kari explained that the inspection aimed to show Nigerians the level of work completed so far. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has commended the reopening of the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The President, in a statement issued in Abuja by the Senior Special to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, described the reopening of the refinery as another remarkable achievement in 2024 that has strengthened Nigerians' hope in his administration. According to the statement, they again expressed his administration's determination to ramp up local refining capacity and make Nigeria a hub for downstream industry activities in Africa, with the Warri Refining and Petrochemicals Company going into operation after several years of inactivity. The President noted with confidence that the 125,000 barrels per day Warri Refining, now operating at 60% capacity, his administration's comprehensive plan to ensure energy efficiency and security is entirely on course. He praised the Mele Kari-led management of the NNPCL for working hard to restore Nigeria's glory and pride as a major oil-producing country, and urged the NNPCL to accelerate the repay on work on Kaduna Refinery and the 150,000 barrels per day second refinery in Port Harcourt. And now, telecommunications operators in Nigeria has warned that service disruptions are imminent unless tariffs are adjusted to account for escalating operational costs. Chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecommunications Operators of Nigeria, Benga Debayo, issued the warning in a statement describing the telecom sector as under siege. He cited the soaring operational costs driven by inflation, volatile exchange rate, and the rising energy prices, noting that despite these challenges, tariffs have remained unchanged, leaving operators struggling to maintain quality service and expand their networks. The Federal Ministry of Finance has disclosed that the government of Saudi Arabia is exploring the possibility of investing in the Nigeria's infrastructure sector. This is coming after a high-level Nigerian delegation visited the oil-rich Gulf nation. This is contained in the statement by the spokesman of the ministry, Mohammed Mangai, in Abuja. According to the statement, the delegation led by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, was said to have engaged key Saudi ministers and institutions in the bilateral talks during the visit. The delegation held strategic talks with the Saudi Development Fund to explore the potential areas of collaboration aimed at boosting the infrastructure and economic development in Nigeria. And on to the foreign scene, tributes have been pouring in Monday for Jimmy Carter, the former United States President and Nobel Peace Laureate, who rose from the humble beginnings in the rural state of Georgia to lead the nation and died aged 100. Now, Carter had been in the hospital care since mid-February 2023, had his home in Plains, Georgia, the same small town where he was born, and once ran a peanut farm before becoming governor and running for the White House top job. Now, Carter,
Are you aware of everything he's done for the African continent as far as wiping out the guinea worm disease, monitoring elections, humanitarian things, Habitat for Humanity, helping people in anywhere they might need help? His number one goal was never getting wealthy, it was helping people. If there was
He has been an outstanding statesman, not just for our country, but around the world. And I think he was undervalued. However, those things that he accomplished after he was in office, I think really need to be honored.
Now, Carter was the longest-lived United States president, an outcome that seemed unlikely when the Southern Democrats revealed in 2015 that he had brain cancer. And more on the foreign news, United States President Joe Biden has declared January 9 a national day of mourning for Jimmy Carter. President Biden said this in a White House proclamation calling on Americans to visit their places of worship to pay homage to the late U.S. leader. He also invited the people of the world who share in the grief to join in the solemn observance. Azerbaijan has said that Moscow had promised to punish those responsible for the drowning of an Azerbaijan Airlines plane that Baku says was shot at the Russian air defenses. The Azov Embraer 190 jet crash landed on the Kazakhstan on December 25th, killing 38 of the 67 people on board. And the President Ilham has demanded that Moscow accept responsibility for mistakenly shooting the plane as it tried to make a scheduled landing at the Grozny airport in South Russia. Russia has not confirmed that one of its air defense missiles hit the plane, though the President Putin said that the systems were active at the time and was so sorry the incident took place in the Russian airspace. And now to sports. The Confederation of African Football has fined Libya $50,000 and mandated that the country plays 2 matches behind the closed doors following the incident of misconduct by supporters and officials during the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Benin on November 18 in Benghazi. These sanctions followed a series of controversies surrounding Libya, including a highly publicized incident in October where Nigeria Super Eagles faced deliberate mistreatment ahead of the AFCON qualifier. Libya diverted the Nigerian team's aircraft to an unsafe airport, causing significant delays and forcing CAF to award Nigeria 3 points after the match was cancelled. Now, in the latest ruling, CAF also dismissed Guinea's appeal to disqualify Tanzania from the 2024 AFCON. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has reportedly set his sights on Nigeria, and Nottingham Forest defender Ola Aina has a potential replacement for veteran right back Kyle Walker. Walker has faced heavy criticism this season for inconsistent performances, which has been linked by the Man City's underwhelming start to the 2024-2025 campaign. Now, according to report, Aina has emerged as a top candidate for the role, with Man City viewing him as a long-term solution. However, Guardiola's side faced stiff competition as Aina's impressive displays have caught the attention of several top clubs, including the Turkish giant Galatasaray, who are also monitoring his progress. Croatian top flight club Doniamos has announced the appointment of former Italian international Fabio as the club's new coach. And this announcement was disclosed in a statement of the club's site. According to the statement, the decision by the club's management and the sports director was supported by the club president and executive board during the 15th session of the executive committee. Cannavaro, who played as a defender for Juventus and Real Madrid, won the 2006 World Cup with Italy. In the boxing legend Mike Tyson has confirmed his return to the ring in the 2025, but this time it is not in the way fans might expect. Tyson, whose last fight ended in a loss to Jake Paul on November 15, 2023, has been facing a major comeback, much to the curiosity of the boxing world. The 58-year-old's last appearance in the ring was against Paul at the AT&T Stadium, a fight that raised eyebrows due to the 29 years age gap between the two competitors. And despite the scrutiny, Tyson expressed gratitude for the opportunity and even admitted he couldn't remember the fight. And now to wrap up the News Express, let's look at the recap of our stories. The Nigeria Police Command has warned speculators to dispute and desist from dragging the Inspector General of Police Kayode Balogun into civil matters. Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited has announced how the 125,000 barrels per day Warri Refining Chemicals Company Warri Delta State operational. Now, the United States President Joe Biden has declared a national day of mourning for Jimmy Carter. Out of sports, the Confederation of Football (CAF) has fined Libya $50,000 that the country played 2 matches behind the closed doors in the incident of misconduct by supporters and officials during the 2020 nations. As a package here on Global TV News Express, commander at Global TV's and DSTV channel 365 times, chapter 6. Free to and Icon Stars. You can watch and follow us News Global TV NG on the social media platform. On behalf of our production team, thank you for joining us on News Express. I am Edikan Michael. See you again.